The coins sitting in your pocket may look simple, but their journey begins under conditions powerful enough to destroy almost any ordinary object. Inside a modern mint, metal is exposed to furnaces capable of reaching temperatures high enough to melt glass, while enormous industrial presses can deliver forces of more than 100 tons, enough power to crush a car. And somehow, these tiny pieces of metal survive it all. But have you ever wondered how a coin is actually made? Today on Chronicle Travels, we're going inside one of the safest, most automated, and precisely controlled manufacturing industries on the planet to uncover the complete journey of a coin. At first glance, coins may look like they're made from silver or bronze, but most modern coins are actually produced from carefully engineered metal alloys designed for strength, durability, corrosion resistance, and low production costs. Take the traditional US 25-cent coin, for example. It's made from an alloy containing approximately 92% copper and 8% nickel. Other countries, including Brazil, Canada, and several European nations, use different alloys depending on the denomination and the technology used by their mints. But regardless of the country, the manufacturing journey often begins with something enormous: massive coils of metal. Some of these coils can stretch for more than 450 meters, nearly the length of 4 football fields placed end to end. Each one weighs several tons, so specialized industrial equipment is needed to move and position them. Once a coil reaches the production line, it's mounted onto an automated system. Powerful motors unwind the metal sheet, while electronic controls maintain constant tension, preventing the material from bending or deforming. The sheet then enters one of the fastest machines in the factory, a gigantic cutting press. The principle is simple, almost like an industrial-sized cookie cutter. But instead of cutting dough, this machine punches perfectly circular discs from the metal sheet with incredible speed and precision. With every stroke, dozens of discs can be produced. They may look like coins, but they're not coins yet. At this stage, they're called planchets, or coin blanks. Each impact takes only a fraction of a second, and thousands of blanks quickly fall into large metal containers. A single coil can produce approximately 300,000 blanks, but these discs have no monetary value yet. They have no portrait, lettering, denomination, or date. They're simply precisely cut pieces of metal. Even the material left between the blanks isn't wasted. A perforated metal structure remains around the cutouts, known as webbing, or the metal skeleton. It's automatically separated, compacted, and sent back to the foundry, where it can be melted down and used to produce new metal for another coil. But cutting the blanks creates internal stresses in the metal. If they were sent directly to the minting presses, some could crack or deform under the enormous pressure that comes later. That's why they first undergo a critical heat treatment process called annealing. Thousands of blanks enter a massive industrial furnace, where they're heated for several minutes to temperatures approaching 870 degrees Celsius. Inside, the atmosphere is carefully controlled with practically no oxygen. This prevents the copper and nickel from oxidizing while the heat reorganizes the internal structure of the alloy. When the blanks leave the furnace, they're extremely hot. They immediately move into cooling and chemical cleaning. Inside large industrial tanks, a solution containing water, citric acid, and other compounds removes oxidation, residue, and impurities from their surfaces. The citric acid used in this process is the same naturally occurring acid found in fruits such as lemons and oranges. After being annealed and chemically cleaned, the metal blanks are finally ready for another precision operation. Before the coin can receive its design, however, something that may look like a small detail must be created first: the edge. Each blank is directed into a specialized machine, where it travels through a precisely engineered channel between a hardened steel rotating disc and a metal rail. The gap is only a few tenths of a millimeter smaller than the disc itself. As the blank passes through this narrow space, pressure is applied to its sides. The metal is compressed laterally. Because there is almost no room for it to expand outward, some of the material is forced upward. This creates a small raised edge that runs around the entire circumference of the coin. And remarkably, the entire operation happens in a fraction of a second. This is the same raised edge you can feel when you slide your fingers around a coin. But it isn't simply an aesthetic feature. That small rim performs several important functions. It increases the rigidity of the coin, helps protect the raised designs from wear. But despite everything they've been through, they are still just pieces of metal. The moment they become money is still ahead. This is the moment when a simple metal blank finally becomes a real coin. One by one, the prepared blanks are automatically fed into massive minting presses. Inside each machine, a blank is positioned with extreme precision between two hardened steel blocks, called dies. These dies contain every detail of the finished coin: the portrait, inscriptions, year, denomination, lettering, textures, and tiny raised features. Their surfaces are engraved with microscopic details, making them some of the most precise tools used in modern metalworking. Then the press activates. In just a few milliseconds, a force that can exceed 100 tons compresses the blank between the dies. The metal flows into the engraved surfaces, creating the designs on both sides of the coin in a single powerful strike. The transformation happens faster than the blink of an eye. Some modern minting presses can produce around 750 coins per minute. That means millions of new coins can be produced around the world while you're watching this video. But some coins require an even more complex process. In countries such as Brazil, Canada, and several European nations, higher value coins, including the Brazilian 1 real and the 1 euro and 2 euro coins, can be made from two separate pieces: an outer ring and a central core. The two components are manufactured separately and brought together during the minting process. Under enormous pressure, the metals deform in a controlled way, mechanically locking the center inside the outer ring. This creates an extremely strong connection that's difficult to counterfeit and practically impossible to separate without destroying the coin. But even after the design has been struck into the metal, the coin isn't ready for circulation yet. Every batch must first pass through rigorous quality control. Automated inspection systems and specialized personnel check the coins for defects. Their dimensions and weight are measured, the alignment of the raised details is verified, and the surfaces are inspected for imperfections. If a problem is detected, the entire batch can be held for further inspection. Next, high-speed counting machines automatically count and organize enormous quantities of finished coins. They are then packed into large bags or containers according to denomination and distribution requirements. Some of these containers can hold huge quantities of coins and weigh several tons when fully loaded. The packed coins are transferred to high-security storage areas, where they remain until they're ready for distribution. From there, they begin their journey to banks. Then they move into stores, businesses, and eventually into the hands of consumers. And the next time you pull a coin from your pocket, remember what you're actually holding. What looks like an ordinary coin is actually the result of one of the world's most sophisticated mass production processes. If you enjoyed this journey inside the world of coin manufacturing, leave a like and share this video with someone who enjoys engineering, technology, and fascinating industrial processes. And let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Subscribe to Chronicle Travels and turn on the notification bell for our next journey.